Too difficult to say, but an all-time favorite would be Angelo Mathews because, like I said, 2014, watching him when I was 10 years old and being able to work for him now is fantastic.
Hi guys, welcome to the third episode of Fan Talks with Neuball. Today we have a very special guest. She's not just a local guest, she's a girl from Aussie who's currently living in Sri Lanka and who is a huge fan of cricket. So, one of her pictures taken with Kusal Mendes circulated around a little bit recently. We'll get into that later on. So for now, guys, meet Jordyn. Hello Jordyn.
Hi.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show. A little chat about her love for cricket and new experiences she encountered in this journey. So first off, I'd like to start off this show by asking you, who is Jordyn?
Wow, that's a difficult question. Jordyn is an Australian that has been living in Sri Lanka for 10 years now, that absolutely loves it. And I have a massive passion for sports, cricket, football, you name it, and I absolutely love it living here. And another thing I would like to say is that Jordyn is on the move and thrive to make a difference in sports and to just get as many athletes out there and to help them as much as possible.
So Jordyn, tell us, what's your involvement with cricket?
So I started working in cricket under a year ago, and I worked the LPL auction, and then it basically transpired from there. I worked with Love Candy during the LPL, which was the most amazing experience. And then I had the privilege to work amongst some of the greatest legends like Sana Jayasuriya and Upal Taranga in India. And then right now I'm working in the Zimbabwe versus Sri Lanka tour. That's what I'm doing right now.
It's great. So, if I may ask, what are you doing in SA? You're an Aussie girl, so what are you doing in Sri Lanka?
So I had the move to Sri Lanka 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Yes,
Wow.
10 years ago.
Yeah,
My
that's-
dad was given an opportunity to live here, and we were supposed to be here for 1 year. But it's been 10 years because we love it so much. This is actually the first Sri Lankan cricket top that I ever owned from 2014 when I watched the World Cup where Lasagnalinga and Matthews played. So I don't think I'll be leaving Sri Lanka anytime soon. I love this country so much.
So, can we please know who your favorite players are, globally and in Sri Lanka today?
That is a very difficult question. Globally, I have to say Fakhar Zaman from Pakistan. He's an incredible batsman and just an incredible person in general. Then I had the privilege of working with Mujeeb and just so many other international players that are truly talented. So I was very grateful to have worked with them. Nationally from the Sri Lankan team, that is too difficult to say, but an all-time favorite would be Angelo Mathews because, like I said, 2014, watching him when I was 10 years old and being able to work for him now is fantastic. Then you can't forget Dishmanta Chamira. I think his skills just speak for himself. Then you have Hasaranga, the one and only. He's just incredible, and how he plays is truly inspirational. Coming back from an injury and just getting those wickets for the national team is fantastic. And of course, I can't forget to mention the legendary players like Upal Taranga, Lasagnalinga, Sana Jayasuriya. They are all fantastic. Chomin Devas. There are too many to name. I need to stop. Yeah.
She knows a lot about Sri Lankan cricket. I have a question. So, if there's one thing that you'd like to say to the Sri Lankan sports industry, what would that be?
I think if I could say one thing to Sri Lanka in general, the sports industry and just as a country as a whole, I think this country needs to have more confidence in itself. This country has so much potential and is so incredibly underrated. I see the potential that this country has, and I love living here so much. And I think if Sri Lankans in general have the same amount of confidence and love that I have for this country, it will go so incredibly far. You see so many talented athletes that are up and coming in Sri Lanka, and I think if we pay more attention to them in the right ways, the right methods, this country will go even further than it already is right now. And I'm so excited to personally see how this country develops. And I think we just need to keep our passion alive and keep working hard and putting in the work because Sri Lanka does have so much potential. And like I say again, it is so incredibly underrated. And I think it's going to be amazing in the future.
So take notes, guys. So lastly, I'd like to ask you, what do you think about our Neuball app?
I think it's actually incredible because fantasy sports and the fantasy leagues in general are growing so incredibly fast, and to be able to have a platform in Sri Lanka where our cricket fans can play on their own terms, put in their own players is really, really fun. And I come from a background of doing fantasy leagues myself, so I think this is a step in the right direction. It increases fan engagement, it makes people fall in love with the sport again, and of course it's fun, it's entertaining. You can play on the Neuball app for hours upon hours, and I think in due time you're going to see more and more people playing in fantasy sports, and it's going to become an even bigger empire than what it already is. So I'm really excited to see how Neuball affects cricket in general.
ඉතින් ජෝර්ඩන් කිව්වා වගේ ඔයාලට පුළුවන් Neuball app එක හරහා ශ්‍රී ලංකා versus Zimbabwe match series එක LPL, IPL, T20 World Cup matches ඒ හැම match එකකටම ඔයාගේ dream team එක create කරලා Neuball එකෙන් cash prizes දිනා ගන්න. ඉතින් ඔයාලට දැන් පුළුවන්. So Jordyn, thank you so much for joining us.
Baham is Tutti.
Bye, Miss Tuti.